Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a tutorial on this glitter double cut crease look right here, paired up with a bright pink lip. Of course, you could pair it up with any lip color you want. I use Anastasia products for the eye makeup, and I kind of know that cut creases are a little bit difficult to kind of do at first, especially if you're a beginner, but I kind of show you my little trick on cleaning up the cut crease and kind of carving out the crease and whatnot. So if you guys want to learn how to achieve this look, then please keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do to get started on this look, and I know I look crazy right now because I only have one eye done, but I'm going to first start off by priming my lids. And I like to use two type of primers and a base, I guess. So I like to start off by priming my lids with a Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. And I just like to apply that with my fingers, and I like to kind of dab it onto my lid. And the reason why I use two primers, or a primer and a base, is because my lids are so oily. Even if I use one of them alone, it still creases, like my eye makeup still creases. So I've been using this method for a while now, and it just works for me. After I am done priming my lids with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, I like to go in with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot after and use this as my base. And I like to apply this with a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. I just like to use a brush when applying this base. You could totally use your fingers if you would like. You want to keep whatever base you're using on hand, because we're going to be using that to kind of help carve out the crease and clean up the cut crease just a little bit. So after we're done applying the base, I like to set it with a shadow, and I'm going to use a shadow from the Smashbox Photo Matte Eyes palette, and this is one of their multitasking palettes. And I'm going to use the shade right here. This shade right here is called Vanilla. And any sheer powder would do to set. This just kind of makes everything a little bit easier to blend, because the soft ochre paint pot kind of has like a waxy finish. So I find it like more difficult to kind of blend when it's not set with some type of powder. So now we are going to get started with the cut crease look. And I'm using mostly Anastasia shadows. Some of it is a single shadow and some of it is just in a eyeshadow palette, but I believe most of the eyeshadows I'm going to be using are available in a single shadow if you are interested in purchasing them and you don't want to buy the whole palette. The first shadow I'm going to be using is a single shadow, and it's going to be Anastasia's single shadow in Caramel, and this is the shade right here. This is Caramel, and I'm going to be taking that shade on a Sigma Line Perfector E68 brush, which is like a bigger type of angled brush. And I really like using angled brushes because it's so much easier for me to carve out the crease and kind of determine where I want the crease or the shadow to be placed to start in the cut crease. So I'm just going to take the shade Caramel and place it into my crease, and I like to do it with my eyes open, just because when I tend to open my eyes like this, the crease color kind of disappears. So kind of need to be careful of where I'm going to place it. So and once I get towards the end, I like to kind of wing it out. Now that I kind of have like where I'm going to be applying that crease color and where it's going to be, I'm just going to take a Sigma E25 blending brush and blend that crease color that we just placed in slightly. And I didn't put any product on, I'm just using the brush itself to blend this out first. So now I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Shadow Couture palette, and I'm gonna use the shade right here called Fudge. And I'm gonna place this in the crease as well, using the same line perfector brush. I'm gonna go in with that Sigma E25 brush that we used earlier and just blend the fudge color out now. Since we kind of lost that caramel color a little bit in the crease, I'm gonna go back in with the caramel shade, and I'm gonna use a Sigma small tapered blending brush, which is the E45, and I'm gonna dip my brush in there and just gonna be applying this into the crease to kind of just blend it even more. I'm gonna go back with the soft ochre paint pot, and you wanna go back with any type of base that you use. And now I'm just gonna basically clean up the crease and carve it out so it's a little bit more defined and you know where to place that glitter liner. So I like to start off right here, and I like to use this kind of as a stencil to where I'm going to be applying my liner as well. Now we're gonna apply the glitter liner, which is basically going to create another crease. And I'm just going to outline the bottom part of the brown cut crease that we just did with the glitter liner. And for the glitter liner, I'm using the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner. This is in the shade Distortion. NYX also has some great glitter liners. That's actually what I used in my previous photos, but I ran out and decided to buy this one instead to test it out. And this is a like kind of white glitter with green and purple reflectives in it. So with glitter liner, I find that I have to keep dipping my wand back in there a few times for it to actually show up. We're basically done outlining it with the glitter, and now I'm gonna go in with the lid color now. I'm gonna use the Shadow Couture palette, and I'm gonna use this shade right here called Soft Peach. And this is basically an all matte glitter cut crease, and I really wanted to go with a lid color that's kind of similar to my skin tone, so I didn't want to go in with a straight up white matte color. I'm going to be applying this with a Firma Beauty 201 brush, just applying this all over my lid. After, we're gonna go in with liner. I'm using my NYC liquid liner, which you can find at any drugstore. for lashes, I'm going to use the Makeup Shack Lashes in Hustler. Get started on the bottom lash line, which for the eyeshadow that I'm going to use to kind of smoke everything out, I'm just going to use Fudge from the Shadow Couture palette with a Sigma pencil brush. So for liner, I'm going to use the Dual Liner by Sigma and Camila Coelho as part of the Nightlife collection. And I'm going to use the black side, which is called Eclipse. Lip color today, I'm going to go in with a shade called Rio, and it's a really bright pink shade. This is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And that completes the look. Let me know your thoughts down below, and thank you so much for watching.